Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today, the topic of my presentation is level of heavy metal contamination in selected vegetables and animal feed grasses. So, let's start the topic. Researchers are Gautam Kefle, Gabre, Tedros, and others. The place of research is in Eritrea, the capital Asmara. Department of Chemistry, College of Science. So let's start with the introduction. First of all, wastewater irrigation. Wastewater irrigation changes the concentration of contents of soil, that are nitrogen, phosphorus, magnesium, and calcium, etc. And these high concentrations are hazardous to human health. The heavy metal pollutants can accumulate in environment to a dangerous level. The common practice to cultivate using wastewater. This wastewater contains lot of heavy metals which comes from tanneries and battery industries, fertilizer industries. These high contents of heavy metals cause adverse effects on cattle and human health. Heavy metals. Heavy metals are basically of two types, essential and non-essential. Essential, also called as biometals, while non-essentials, that are toxic metals, include cadmium, lead, aluminium. There are some causes of heavy metals. It may cause neurobehavioral disorders in humans, high blood pressures, kidney problems, and sometimes cancer. Now we will discuss the major heavy metals one by one. First of all, we will talk about chromium. This is an important component of diet. This is involved in the function of insulin, but its high concentration causes necrosis, lung cancer, and disorder of nasal system. Zinc. Zinc is the component of different enzymes, also essential nutrient for plant growth. Copper. Essential for many enzymes, needed for normal growth and development. 5 to 20 milligram per kg required for normal growth. Magnesium. Magnesium is the second most abundant heavy metal. 2 to 3 milligram per day required for men, and 1.8 milligram per day is required for women for their healthy growth. Its high level may cause human neurotoxicity. And the last one is iron. This is the most abundant and essential for both plants and animals. Its high concentration may cause tissue damage and other diseases. Now let's start with the material and methods. First, talk about the study area. So the study area, we selected 3 study areas in the paper where studies were done. These include Parasito, Eddy, Sitchko, and Kushal. The farm were irrigated by wastewater for more than 4 decades. So these farms were the desired farms that were being irrigated with the wastewater for the last 4 decades. The next important thing is soil sampling. and characterization. Samples were collected in polythene bags in dry season, nearly between March and June. The soil samples were air dried and oven dried at 105 degree for 48 hours and mechanically ground using mortar, and they were ground to about 212 micrometer fractions. Samples of soil were collected from the depth of 0 to 30 centimeter, considering wastewater irrigation of the soil for the decades. Because during last 4 decades that land was irrigated by wastewater, so its upper layer contains mostly heavy metals that were required in the studies. The samples were collected from the upper layer that is nearly 30 centimeter. The next important function or technique is peroxide fusion method. In this method, we took 0.20 gram of each sample and 1 gram of Na2O2 and 0.2 gram of NaOH was added and the surface was covered. Contents were transferred to a vial containing 30 ml of deionized water. After that, 10 ml of deionized water was added before addition of 2 gram of tartaric acid. Finally, it was diluted to 100 ml using deionized water. Approximately 20 ml was taken into glass tube for heavy metal analysis. Next, vegetation sampling and characterization. Now the vegetables that were grown in those lands, we took those samples from the grown vegetables. Freshly harvested vegetables are cut and animal feed samples were collected from 4 different regions. They were labeled into bags, air dried and oven dried at 105 degree for 48 hours in laboratory. Then ground to about 300 micrometer fractions. Dry ashing method was used to digest the grass samples. After that, each sample was transferred into glass beaker containing aqua regia and was placed in hot plate and volume was reduced to 40 ml. Each solution was transferred to conical flask and diluted to 100 ml. 20 ml of dilute solution was taken from heavy metal analysis. The sample we took only 20 ml of the dilute solution for the analysis. After that, we will talk about quality assurance. In quality assurance, repeated experiments were performed to know the results. Quality control measures were also taken. The coefficient of variation was determined for precision of analysis. Variation were less than 10%. So we were getting the accurate results. Instrumentation. The instrumentation used for the determination was ICP-OES coupled to ultrasonic nebulizer for the analysis of trace elements. Windows 7 was used to process the spectral data. Perkin-Elmer was used to process the spectral data. The visual diagram of this ICP-OES is shown here in the slide. Next step is transfer of heavy metals. Transfer of heavy metals is basically done by bioconcentration factor, that is BCF. This is basically a ratio of concentration of plant to the concentration of soil. Concentration of metal in plants to the concentration of metal in soil. It enumerates comparative variation in heavy metal bioavailability to plants of same metal in corresponding soil. This basically tells that which elements are readily available for the plants to uptake and which heavy metals are not taken by plants or not absorbed by plants. Next step is statistical methods. Now to analyze data, statistical approaches were used. Multiple analysis including principal component analysis PCA and cluster analysis was also performed. PCA reduces the set of metal and extracts small number of compound to find relation among metal. Pearson correlation was used to study the relationship of metal among plant species. In next slide we will discuss them in detail. Next, results and discussion. Heavy metal content of soil sample. When the heavy metal content of soil sample were examined, following results were extracted. First, now look at the table. This table shows the plants that were used for study. Their scientific as well as their common names are mentioned in the table. Medicago sativa, Avena sativa, and further other plants with their common names are mentioned. Also their locality is mentioned in the table. Next, heavy metals. We will talk individually about each selected plant and we'll discuss how heavy metals are distributed or found during the studies. Heavy metals in Medicago sativa. The order of metal concentration was cadmium, cobalt, molybdenum, so on, iron. So we came to know that cadmium was present in excess while iron was in low amount. Cadmium was in the least amount while iron was in the greater amount. This is the increasing order from left to right. Iron is present in large amount while cadmium in small amount. The table shows the heavy metal contents with their values mentioned here. This is the graph heavy metal in Avena sativa. The graph shows 3 different places and each place is indicated by a different pattern in graph. The dots show the Aedes aegypti and the partial lines are showing Paradiso and small boxes are indicating Kushner. So we came to know that aluminium is in high concentration in the Kushner while iron is in high concentration in Paradiso. And further we can take information about all the heavy metals from the graph. Next, heavy metals in cynodont dactylon. Here in the table also heavy metals are indicated. You can see here the major difference, the big difference. Aluminium is also present in large amount. Iron in 3 regions it is present in large amount, while in cushion it is present in small amount. Concentration of the elements is shown in the vertical axis, while their heavy metal are shown on the horizontal axis, that are x-axis. Next we will talk about the heavy metals in Cyanera Scolemus and Corcorus Olitorius. The trend was slightly different in C. Olitorius, and the increasing order of heavy metal was as follows. Cadmium also was present here in traces or small quantities, while the most abundant heavy metal was iron. C. Olitorius is usually recommended for pregnant women and nursing mothers in Nigeria because it is believed to be rich in iron. And you must have an idea that iron is an important component of human diet. This is the central structure making element in the hemoglobin. So its adequate amount is necessary for human diet. The level of Pb and zinc in C. Olitorius, which are 4.15 and 78.33 milligram per kg, in the present day are higher than the 0.310 and 4.85 milligram per kg. And the amount of cadmium is 0.818 milligram per kg, is slightly lower than 0.20 milligram per kg. The results showed that concentration of manganese and cadmium were slightly different, whereas the concentration of lead were not, and this showed C. Olitorius has strong accumulating power. Here is again a graph showing heavy metal content of C. Olitorius and C. Scolemus from the 3 sides. You can see here the concentrations of aluminium, iron, manganese and zinc. Also you can check the concentration for cadmium, cobalt, chromium, copper for the 3 different sites. Now comparison of heavy metal content of grass and vegetable from the same area. Now we have to check the heavy metal concentration present in the grasses and vegetables. So C. Olitorius contained a greater amount of chromium, vanadium, zinc, aluminium and iron. M. sativa contained greater amount of cadmium, cobalt and lead. C. dactylon contained greater amount of cobalt and manganese. Out of 5 studied vegetables and animal feed grasses, C. Olitorius was found to be a good accumulator, 45% of the studied heavy metals. We came to know from the studies that C. Olitorius is the best plant for accumulation of heavy metals. Also, C. Olitorius has a higher risk of heavy metal contamination. Obviously, when it is accumulating heavy metal in large amount, it will have a higher risk of heavy metal contamination. Next, different analysis methods were applied. First one is univariate analysis. In univariate analysis, the comparison revealed that the average metal concentration in Parasido and Sijgo is not significant, but the average metal concentration in Kushr has a statistically significant difference with two different sites. The concentration among other metals do not have a significant difference. Again, the heavy metals are mentioned here. Multivariate analysis. When we talk about multivariate analysis, it is of two types: Pearson correlation analysis and principal component analysis. Let's discuss them one by one. Pearson correlation analysis. Most of the heavy metals are positively charged. The study shows that most of the heavy metals were positively charged. They were present in greater amounts. Metals having higher values have stronger correlation. Aluminium is strongly correlated with vanadium, chromium, iron, and with cobalt and lead. The table shows different values for the heavy metals. This is table Pearson correlation matrix of heavy metal element in studied plant species. Next, talk about PCA, that is principal component analysis. In principal component analysis, metals have highest positive loadings on PC1. Different component matrices were made that were called as PC1, PC2, PC3 according to the respective readings or concentrations. Only copper and manganese have the highest positive loadings on PC2. When we notice PC2 and we focus on copper and manganese, we came to know that they have high positive values. Positive and negative variables are written on opposite side of plot origin. Obviously, to discriminate positive and negative values, they are written opposite to each other in the graph table. Next, hierarchical cluster analysis. Here, general groups are made, and the figure shown here is called as a dadogram. This dadogram is basically splitted into two major parts. Grouped in cluster 1, that are iron, vanadium, aluminium, chromium, cobalt and Pb are very well correlated with each other. You can see here in the dadogram, these all heavy metals are very well correlated, while Fe and V are very closely related to each other. They have nearly same origin, same values. So all of them being related to Pb. Next, conclusions. The conclusions drawn from the studies took place in Eritrea. The capital Asmara showed that Soil samples of the studies were unsafe for agriculture purposes with respect to iron, manganese, and lead. Obviously, they were being irrigated by wastewater for last 4 decades. So they contain lots of amount of heavy metals that is really hazardous for human health. All heavy metals had permissible limit by WHO except of aluminium and iron. WHO, World Health Organization. Samples from pushed had high permissible limits. C. Oletorius was found to be a good accumulator, and C. Dactylon the lowest accumulator of heavy metals. During the studies of different plants, it showed that Oletorius was a good accumulator of heavy metal while Dactylon showed least accumulation of heavy metal. The analysis performed on distribution of elements in plants are anticipated to be controlled by a mixed source. Zn, molybdenum, copper, manganese by an anthropogenic source. So we came to know that different plants show different behavior towards the heavy metals. That's all from the presentation. Thank you so much.